Well, over the last 24 hours, we've got some awesome Microsoft Flight Simulator news. From the DC Designs Concorde progressing incredibly quickly, and Thrustmaster showing off their work in progress and quite well hidden Boeing Yoke and throttle, of which they've been showcasing at Flight Sim Expo. You do not want to miss this video, and let's get right into it. Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud and welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. I try and keep you all up to date with the most important Microsoft Flight Simulator news, aircraft, add-ons and reviews. On top of that, I also do a lot of real world aviation. Be sure to hit that sub button, we're getting so close to 15,000 subscribers. I'd love to hit there by the end of October, it would be certainly impressive. Anyway, without further delay, let's get right into this video. So first of all, I bring you over to the FS Elite website. It's a website I use quite often for my Microsoft Flight Simulator news. That and a collection of indirect and direct primary and secondary sources. FS Elite is probably at the top. Well anyway, they've been busy over at Flight Sim Expo and they've been very kind enough to share with you and me some videos and some photos of the Thrustmaster Boeing Yoke and throttle. You can already see it on the screen now. Now I'm not doing what I normally do and would download the photo and put it on. I'm giving FS Elite full credit for this because they're not getting it from an external source such as a Facebook page. They're getting it directly from Flight Sim Expo, so I believe they directly deserve to have it like this. For those of you who don't know, Flight Sim Expo is being held in San Diego this year. It's basically the world's biggest flight simulation convention. I'd love to make it over maybe next year. You can join online for $15 US. I haven't because frankly I haven't got the time, and it kind of is a different time zone to me, of course, so I'd only be able to watch the recorded ones. But anyway, let's take a look at this. So this is breaking news, and Flight Sim Elite have shown some photos, as you can see on our screen, and I imagine this is very much work in progress, probably a very early release, and this may look different in real life when it eventually comes out. But you can see on the left screen, on the left part of this photo, we've got a very awesome yoke assembly. Now of course from Thrustmaster we've had the Airbus TCA setup, that was pretty good, but I think this is really a next level. Now with the yoke, of course, you want to kind of have that high kind of range. That includes being able to turn it 90 degrees both way, and being able to pull it backwards and forwards quite far. Now I do recommend the honeycomb yoke, and I don't believe this is to compare with the honeycomb yoke or even the Yoko yoke. Definitely not the Yoko yoke, that's almost £1,000, but this is meant to fill in a new market that was previously dominated by the Logitech G-Flight yoke, which wasn't great, let's be honest. Now you can see it is all plastic assembly, and we do have quite a few buttons on there, including two mini throttle levers right at the bottom, as well as what appears to be a gear lever that says up and down, and the X, Y, A and B trim tabs for your aileron trim, or elevator trim, not aileron trim, your elevator trim and your rudder trim. And notice how you've got two, which is a real life safety feature. Now of course, because this is targeting a less expensive, more open market, it does mean there is a big compromise on quality, and this is not meant to reflect the quality of the likes of the Yoko yoke. But seeing as there seems to be many features, and this is in early development, it does look rather good, and I think it will be an attractive buy for many. Looking over to the right now with the throttle quadrant, this looks awesome. Notice the reverse thrusters there, the speed brake system, sadly no flap system, but in my opinion they'll want to make you buy two to set them up like you can with the Airbus setup, I believe, to make a more modular experience. We've also got what appears to be some sort of autopilot bug down there with the speed, heading and altitude by the looks of it. I don't imagine they're kind of dual twist, I believe that's just one that's meant to look like it. We've also got 5 buttons surrounding it, which don't appear to match up to any Boeing products. Taking a look from the side angle now, kindly provided by FS Elite, you get a better look at the gear assembly. Of course, a lot of work still needs to go on here. So once again, bear it in mind that I'm sure much will change. Also, you get a good look at what clamps these to the desk now. Notice how there is some metal involved in the assembly, so that's pretty promising. FS Elite also kindly showcase a video, although it's pretty low resolution, so just take a look. It's pretty cool, I have to admit, and for being in early stages, I'm very excited to see where this goes. Once again, I do apologise for the low quality. There we go, you get a good look behind the throttle quadrant. And a good look behind the yoke. Notice all the imports there, and it does say PC and Xbox, meaning this will be suited for both. Thank you FS Elite for providing this, it's incredibly kind of you, and I think it's something to get very excited by. The only thing I would say is that setting that yoke up with a table might not fit in necessarily with the male anatomy. I'm sure you guys can kind of work out what I'm saying there. Be nice to see how they sort that out. It's certainly interesting, and I'm certainly excited. Keep an eye out on fselite.net for all the news. And of course, join Flight Sim Expo for $15 if you want to get stuff like this. Luckily, FS Elite have provided so much content, so I really do recommend you check out their news channel. Now we move on to some awesome screenshots provided by DC Designs from their Concorde. My goodness, I'm excited for it. Let's go take a big old look. They also provide a long statement telling us how the development is coming along. Once again, these are all in the sim, so what you're seeing is actually there. No external renders from other applications, which is something I really like with DC Designs. Here you can see the aircraft cruising over what would appear to be somewhere over the United Kingdom, so I guess they're just departed out of the likes of Heathrow due to their current altitude, but who knows, maybe they're arriving. Moving on, we move over to the nose droop animation sequence. We get 4 different screenshots here. As you can see, you get an animation sequence, although I prefer an animation video. I'm sure there's a reason why they haven't provided that. Maybe it's to keep us waiting, but it's probably because it's not just polished up yet. You can see it seems to function, and it will be certainly interesting to see how they manage to integrate that into the sim. Moving over, we move to an external shot looking at the back of the aircraft. One thing to point out here is that these are clearly low resolution textures. You can see with some of the windows appearing to be on the fin assembly, which of course isn't right. DC Designs say that these are the original lower resolution textures, so this may just be an old screenshot. Of course, the aircraft won't look like this when it comes out, but the engine assemblies look good as well. This is an awesome screenshot, although it does show some flaws, but once again we should see this aircraft by Christmas, so there's still plenty of time to work on it, and it's still in its early days. DC Designs say this is in the landing configuration, with the spill doors on the Olympus engines not yet being animated, but clearly the nose is, and some of the flaps and slats and gears. Very cool stuff. Another external shots with Concorde looking beautiful. Of course, these low res textures will be binned and hopefully definitely upgraded to more Microsoft Flight Simulator style textures. Here we go again. I really like this screenshot showing you the aircraft just from above. It really does look beautiful. Here's Golf Bravo Oscar Alpha Alpha from behind once again. And you know, in this angle, the reflections are clearly shown well. Of course, a lot of work is still needed on the aircraft in terms of modelling and textures, but hey, it's a good start, something very excited. And as DC Design said in their last update, all of their resources have been put into the Concorde, and hopefully it will pay off by Christmas. There we go guys, there's all the DC Design screenshots. But hey, you should be very excited. Thank you so much for watching this video guys. 2 bits of awesome Microsoft Flight Simulator news. Tell me what you're more excited for, the Boeing Yoke or the DC Designs Concorde. Both of them have done an awesome job. I can't wait to see where both of these projects go. Of course, Thrustmaster is more an in real life international project, whereas Concorde might appeal to less people, but it's certainly a significant development nonetheless. Thanks so much for watching guys. If you have enjoyed, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you to my first class channel members, they really help out my channel, really support me. You can become a channel member with the join button just underneath this video, it really does mean a lot. Thank you to Captain Matt Russell, Erwin K, Jesse Wiseman, Ethan B. Beck and Simon Schmidt, you guys really do help me out. But from me today, that is all, I'll see you soon, bye bye.